You mean nudes?
I'm in a fight! I need more men!
Things are looking up, huh?
Nice shot!
I lost. I lost? Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to lose. Let me see the script.
And that's a wrap on round 3, and boy was it one hell of a round. The disagreements were a lot, and the absolute just carnage of round 3 was fantastic. 2 fan favorites were knocked out in this round that were supposed to really go all the way, but they did not. So let's go through what ships are going to the semifinals. But I do have one quick message.
So this was the first round. I actually had to delete comments from people. I shouldn't have to say this. This is a fun little tournament that we're doing. This is just stupid fun. It's pure democracy. Of course things are not going to go the way you think. And trust me, this is not going the way I thought of it. It was going to. And I'm completely fine with that. That's the fun of this. So do not make me delete any more comments, and please be civil in the comment section. Do not harass, do not verbally abuse people in comments. I see them, YouTube sees them. YouTube can only remove so much, and sometimes you guys just get around it with very unique words. Do say your vocabularies are exquisite, to say the least, but please keep things civil. Just because something's not going the way that you think it is, it's just how it is. It's, you know, once again, pure democracy, and it's the fun of it. So please keep things civil in the semifinals and finals. I don't have to delete even more comments for this. Thank you. Now let's get into it. Okay. In match 1, we had the Haida versus the Drake, which were 2 juggernauts coming in, and I really did not expect it to go this way. The Haida was a fan favorite to win, but it seems like the Drake just everyone universally hates, because with 287 votes, the Drake won with 68% of the vote. Not even a close game there. A clear winner with the Drake moving forward. We have Soulfire's comment right here with the Drake without question wins this one easily. Haida at least can net you some shipyard resources. Drake will cost you all of your hard-earned free XP to skip. Absolutely could not agree more. Tack says whoever wins, Granddad loses. That is absolutely true. Granddad does lose on either of these because, yeah, it's bad. Boblin here saying, all you people sitting here saying Haida ain't even that bad. Yeah, no, sorry. You clearly haven't played Haida. If you haven't seen Boblin's video on the Haida and his challenge, please do. It is a masterpiece of pain and torture, and you just gotta see it. You just gotta see it. It's amazing. It's absolutely fun. Drake isn't good, but at least it sets fires faster than Haida, has the same amount of torps, and oh, a better smoke. Drake is the better ship. The community is always shat on Drake, but barely any of the players actually give Drake a chance. And actually, there are a good bit of a Drake cult going on right now. People are like, hey, it's really not that bad, but it seems like the community disagrees with you, even so much that they have now put it above the Haida in the rankings. So yeah, it's definitely there. Toaster1932 says that Drake is tier 9, forcing you to grind through it if you want the Goliath unless you use free XP. It has no survivability and firepower. Even though Haida also has no firepower, at least can stealth and do damage if needed. That is true, but it really can't do that much damage even when it's stealthed. Right there. Captain G says Drake is OP, that's why they had to nerf its AA. Oh man, yeah, why they nerfed the Drake's AA. It's gonna be a long time before we ever figure that out, why they did that. That is so bad. And finally for match 1, we have Steven here saying, honestly, both deserve to move on. Haida for me simply because I found it easier to get better results with Drake. And yeah, I'd say Drake can generally get a little bit more damage, but I'd say that's more just tier 9 being tier 9 versus tier 7. But yeah, let's move on to match 2 now. With 240 votes in, we have Leone winning against the Collingwood with 71% of the vote. And defending the Collingwood right here, we have Light saying that Collingwood sometimes has damage output. Leone never has damage output. Simple choice for me. That is definitely a very simple choice, with both these ships being really undergunned and underperforming for their tiers. It's a hard one there. Now to Hiromi, Collingwood is one of the run and gun battleships that can deal significant amount of damage at close range, but has demented accuracy and penetration at long range. If the enemy lets you get close with no German battleship, California, or torpedo boats in range, they are going to be in for a world of hurt. Leone, on the other hand, is a big destroyer with low damage potential. Won't even survive tier 6 and 7 meta. That is definitely true. The Collingwood does have that rapid reload if you do get close enough, and it is kind of stealthy, so you can kind of make it work. But yeah, it's still pretty bad at range if you unfortunately don't have, no German battleships, no Californias, and no torpedo boats in your game, which, I'd like to know when the last time that actually happened at tier 7. Pretty rare here. Next up, we have Cold Deep here. At first glance, it seemed like a tough choice because I decided to skip both of these ships, but then I realized Collingwood is still a battleship with big and reliable British AP guns that can deal substantial damage. Leone, on the other hand, can be hard to play even by a good player and has literally nothing for it. The choice became clear to me, at least. Leone should move on to the next round, and it definitely is. And now we have 6380 here. At least you get 2 steel from the Collingwood as a reward. Leone is just a waste of space and poor in the team. Couldn't agree more. You do get some steel. You do. Leone, not so much. And then finally we have Raven 2KF saying the Collingwood came out and sucked ass, and then they released a fixed version a month later as a Rodney. Absolutely, the Rodney is absolutely fantastic if that comes out. Pick it up, but don't pick up the Collingwood. Just don't pick up the Collingwood. Now, match 3. This one was the match to talk about this weekend because of just how many votes, how many comments there were, and then on top of it, Discord was firing off. Even Hiromi, one of the main moderators of the biggest Discord server that Blitz has, literally called on everyone to come and vote and help out. It did absolutely nothing. Once again, pure democracy showing its true face and everything. So for 256 votes, the Dutch low tiers are beating out the USSR Sevastopol with 61% of the vote. The Sevastopol, the by far worst tier 10, is out of the battle to the bottom at this point. That is absolutely nuts, in my opinion. I did not expect this. I expected Sevastopol to be in the top 5. It's not. It's not even there. How? This is nuts. But yeah, Dutch low tiers are moving on. They are a dark horse in this race, in my opinion, now, and I think they're really truly showing the colors, though they are going to have steep competitions in the semifinals with match 4 there. But I think TO 2049 really actually nailed the entire conversation right here around this and why the vote went a particular way that a lot of people thought the Sevastopol was going to win. But Theo right here says, I think Sevastopol is worse, but many more people have come into contact with the low-tier Dutch cruisers, either by playing them or sinking them. Of course, they're not going to vote for a ship they've never seen or played with. I have honestly no idea when the last time I saw Sevastopol in the wild, and I couldn't agree more with that comment. I don't remember the last time I saw one in the wild that wasn't on a press account, that wasn't being made to play or something, or it was myself playing the dang thing. So to me, it's just more people have dealt with that ship, or those ships, I should say, and yeah, this is the whole reason why they got voted higher, was because you just see more people playing them and you realize that they just have nothing to give. And speaking of nothing to give, Toaster 1932 says, at least Sevastopol is super heal. The Dutch low tiers have literally nothing, and I couldn't agree more with that sentiment, Toaster. That yeah, it's the Sevastopol does have something going for it, but it's still really bad in its current place. Now, Sam Gray here, it's wild how many people forget just how bad low-tier Dutch cruisers are. But, okay, so now let's show the entire comment section here, because, oh boy, those were the only ones that were really defending the Dutch cruisers. Everyone else was just going, why? What is going on here? Does nobody know how bad the Sevastopol is? But it doesn't matter because the Dutch cruisers are moving on and going into the semifinals, and Sevastopol is knocked out of the battle to the bottom in round 3. And speaking of match 4, we have, with 191 votes, the HMS Hawkins beating the HMS Surrey here, and I couldn't put it any better, so I'm just going to read Tack's comment right here. This is what you get when British ship designers run out of tea. Oh man. Yeah, Hawkins is a favorite to win, and it is still in the running, but the Hawkins is going to be up against some stiff competition, especially with those Dutch low tiers. This is going to be a tough fight in the semifinals. But yeah, let's go to 2 more comments for match 4, but there weren't many comments on this. Everyone was pretty much, yeah, no, the Hawkins is just generally worse. Scotch Order putting it pretty plainly here. Surrey can functionally be played without endangering your platoon. Hawkins is a liability. That is absolutely true. And finally, to wrap up match 4 in round 3, Al here says, Hawkins, it's a genuinely an insanely undergunned ship. You felt like you were firing spitballs in class. Yeah, pretty much it is an absolutely horrendous ship. Maybe this entire Battle of the Bottom, maybe we'll get Wargaming 2 buff a few ships. I don't know, maybe, hopefully. I can dream. Let's talk about the semifinals. Now let's get back to this voice because we have the semifinals of the Battle to the Bottom to determine what ships will be in the finals and the losers bracket to define who's in 3rd place here. We have the first match of the Drake versus Leone, 2 juggernauts of horrible ships right there that are completely undergunned. It will be very interesting what you all say and you all vote for. On to match 2 of the semifinals, we have the Dutch low tiers versus the HMS Hawkins. I am going to be watching this constantly because this should probably be one of the closest fights we've had so far because both of them are absolutely horrendous. Let's see if the Hawkins can continue to pull through, or will the dark horse of the Dutch cruisers prevail. And that is all for today's video. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell to see whenever a new poll goes live or video goes live. I will see you all later on tonight for the stream, and I will see you all in the polls as well. Hope you all are enjoying this series. Have a good day, everyone.